Social media is full of videos showing people cleaning their homes, providing tips, or doing both. Homes that might make you feel like you're failing, because why can't your home be like that? Tips that work for everyone and somehow don't seem to be working for you. I'm gonna do things differently and explain why your home might not be like that and why those one-size-fits-all tips don't work for you. Beside my therapist, no one knows this about me, but let me lay it right here out in the open. My home kind of looked like one of those homes you might have seen on free cleanings. And no one could know because I learned quite early that things like that aren't acceptable in society. What I didn't know at the time though, and what I only learned through a lengthy recent assessment, is that I'm autistic. Not only that, but I also have some ADHD traits. It's all starting to make sense. Why I couldn't just get up, or why I wouldn't see the things around the house others would see. Because apparently they were super obvious and I was the only one not seeing it or getting it. As I'm starting to learn more and more about executive dysfunction, I start to understand myself better, give myself more grace, and start handling things differently. As I'm currently 37 years old, I feel like that took me quite a while. I wouldn't have had to wait this long had the world been more open to neurodivergency and less demeaning about people who can't seem to be able to get their lives in order. So as I'm on this journey, it hit me. I'm going to share my journey. I'm going to be open about my washing machine never having gotten a proper cleanup because my brain apparently just ignores the rubber seal. About the cat hair getting together and making new cats somewhere in a corner of the room because apparently it's been a while since I last vacuumed. Thanks, timeliness. I'm going to show you what my home currently looks like and the story behind it. For example, how these boxes have been lying here over a week now because I intended to use them for clutter to get rid of, but then thought about maybe just recycling them to have a clear floor again, and then got stuck and stopped thinking about it altogether. Executive dysfunction for the win right there. I'm going to talk about how not everyone grew up learning the basics of tidying, cleaning, and homemaking in general, or the difference between tidying and cleaning for that matter, and the importance of both, and the influence it can have on not only our physical health, but also our mental health. You may or may not have gotten a diagnosis yet, and may or may not have felt like a failure your whole life because you can't seem to be doing what supposedly everyone else can. I know I have. I also now know how thinking like that blocks your mind even further and prevents you from being able to do anything about it if your brain has issues in the executive function part of the brain. That's not called laziness. It's not called procrastination. It's a medical disorder and it has a name. Executive dysfunction. You literally can't do it. In the last 2 or so years, I've been watching hundreds of cleaning videos on YouTube. I've read several books on tidying and I've tried so many things and failed miserably most of the time. Only now am I realizing why. I'm different. My brain is actually different. It's why all of the one-size-fits-all things don't actually work for me. But I have found out a lot of things that do work for me. And I would like to share that long road and ongoing journey in the hopes that you don't feel like a failure, completely overwhelmed and unable to do something. I'm hoping you'll join me on my journey to try to create a better life for ourselves. And if there's one thing that you might take away from my journey, let it be to always remember that doing 1% is still more than doing 0%. You can do this.